Donald Trump is back in court again, his first criminal trial underway in New York, and he's under another gag order hearing. That's where he's at right now, because he just doesn't, he was like, you know what, I'm not falling asleep enough in court. Let's go back. And clearly it shows he's not taking any of this very seriously, and that probably has to do with the fact that every time he violates his gag order, it's effectively like a slap on the wrist. It's $1,000. And here's what he's posting about it, because he has to post through it. We cannot let this radical left corrupt and now I'm just doing John, doing Stephen Colbert, doing Trump. I want everyone to know that that's this impression. It is so diluted at this point. New York Democrat judge interfered with the presidential election of 2024, the most important election in the history of our country. The USA is truly a nation in decline. Remove the unconstitutional gag order. So again, Judge Juan Merchan is holding another gag order hearing this morning to consider prosecuting the prosecution's 4 additional allegations that Trump has violated his gag order. When are they going to hold him in contempt?
Hey, I'm glad you're here. Listen, in order for the damage report to keep on going, we need viewers like you to become a member on YouTube. Can you click the join button on YouTube today? Thank you.
The biggest one the prosecutors are pushing is this comment that Trump made about the jury during a phone interview with Real America Voice. Trump said, quote, but this judge said that I can't get away from the trial. You know, he's rushing the trial like crazy. Nobody's ever seen a thing like this. That jury was picked so fast, 95% Democrats. The area is mostly all Democrat. You think of it as just a purely Democrat area. It's a very unfair situation that I can tell you. I love that Donald Trump is mad that like the jury pool was selected from people who live below the 30th floor of their apartment and like outside of the Upper West Side. Like if it was just like 30 to 50th floor, Upper West Side, maybe Upper East Side, like he'd be cool with that portion of New York City and like probably some of Staten Island. But Yaz, all it takes is 5% of the jury. If he's saying that, like it takes 5% for him to get off on this.
Yeah, and that's something that keeps coming up is, Trump and his supporters, they love to complain about how democratic these jury pools are. And, like there's all these Democratic people in all these Democratic areas. Of course, this whole jury is going to be anti-Trump. That's where he committed the crimes, right? He's been doing business for decades in New York City. He also has another trial in Washington, D.C., another Democratic area. Atlanta, all these areas are Democratic areas. Don't do crimes in Democratic areas if you want a sympathetic jury, maybe.
No, 100%. And again, this is after he was already hit with, I think, $11,000 or $12,000 of a fine for violating his gag order. So now,
like, what do they say? If the penalty is a fine, then it's only a crime for the poor people to commit it, right? So if he was, last I saw was 9,000. So I guess if it's 12,000 now, what does Trump care about any of that, right? Like he already owes hundreds of millions of dollars to other people. He's not worried about $9,000 or $12,000. They will care if they throw him in jail. Trump will care about that, but I don't think any of us are holding our breath expecting to actually see that happen.
No, and that's not what prosecutors are even asking for. I think they're trying to bother him. I mean, this is very like fly on the like hippopotamus's ear type situation where he's like, but again, this man is running for president. He needs to be posting through this entire thing. He needs to be on the campaign trail, as we're gonna get to very shortly. Like this is part of it. You're gonna have to hit him with a bigger fine than $1,000 if you want him to actually take this seriously.
Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.